What's up, everybody? Malby13. Okay, you're looking at the. Okay, so like initially, I wanted for fun to create like a little Wild West game, so I had Grok whip me up something initially, kind of basic, but it's set. I started with a flat terrain, and then I had it use some math to create a terrain and stuff, and then basically I handed it over. Finally, I had the idea. Well, let me just throw this into Grok 4.20, right? The agents had some ideas about horse riding on the second prompt. The first prompt was about the cactus stuff, and there's like tumbleweeds and rocks and stuff like that. And then um, yeah, so the sun, just sun effects and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, I mean, stuff came together. Let's see if the gun shoots. Sometimes it shoots. Sometimes it doesn't. We have movement system with a little bit of acceleration, so it makes it look nice. This is supposed to be a Wild West town. I'll let you decide on how good things are. I went ahead and just asked the AI to put procedural textures, so there's no images used in this game. It's all done with code. We have a procedural train, which is pretty cool. I think this is supposed to be a mine with gold, but it's not showing correctly. So there's some issues. Let's see. These are the bad guys. They all move together. They move, but they all move together. So this is kind of uninspired. The fact that they're not on the ground is not great. So there's some good stuff and stuff. It's kind of inventive and creative in a way. Buildings don't have physics, so you can go right through them. This is kind of lazy. Our horse, it's like Minecraft style, but we do supposedly can mount the horse. Now we move around. Yes, so we have galloping. Okay, so I'll give him credit. This is good. Now I move fast with the horse. I don't have sprinting on the horse, so you could like reach maximum speed. That'd be kind of cool. But I think the fact that I'm holding a six-shooter, quote unquote, have a UI, um, it will eventually work to shoot. Sometimes very inconsistent for some reason. But the fact that I could see the horse, and then I should be able to dismount. Yep. And we have a shadow. You can only see my gun, so that's kind of an oversight that there isn't a body to me. You can't see your own body right now. But I do like the fact that this is basically a horse riding simulator, which is pretty cool, right? Okay, so that's cool. There's some texture on the cactus, the cactuses or whatever. I actually can't see the tumbleweeds anymore. So the last version, there were tumbleweeds. They were kind of like little stars that moved around. So it was pretty cool. Now it does look kind of static. There's no movement or anything. They were moving around, which is pretty cool. Let's park the horse right there. Horse not on the ground, of course, classic. No animation at all. So yeah. So and then these can I go? Yeah, there's rocks and there's no that's the sun. The sun looks like the moon, and it's super white for some reason. The effects are not great, but if you look at my gun, it's got a metal sheen to it. So they tried, right? They tried to make this a revolver. So I mean, there's good stuff and bad stuff and ugly stuff. Pun intended, basically referencing that, right? Yeah, I was gonna play some music, but there's so much explanation. I do like the terrain. I do feel like the desert is good. The good part is that the desert is really cool. Lots of mount hilly kind of terrain. Bad part is that you reach the edge of the map. Um, typically, sure, I'll reach the edge of the map soon. You can kind of see it's fast arriving. You can see the edge of the map right there, and I can just walk right off. So we have classic game problems. So you can solve this in a number of ways. I think that's just for another topic, but it's kind of cool to be able to whip up your own first-person shooter 3D game. I think that there's a lot of resources and stuff for making stuff with web technology. This is actually a compiled program, so it's kind of cool in its own sense that you can use and make an executable and have a full game. Um, Custom fonts are in the code. There's actually a gold mine that's not showing; it's underground. So I'm giving you this. There's actually objectives and stuff that Grok 4.2 put in. To be fair, there's like gathering gold. and out of like a mine cart, and there's like a mine that kind of like goes into the ground. That's kind of cool. And then you can like there's some wind condition in here. I can't do any of that stuff because I can't get to it. And I can't see the gold right now. But there was like a metallic gold piece in the last version of the map, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so cool and fun, but it's definitely some things like when I used this program is 750 lines of text, 750 lines of code, and out, Grok was basically giving me snippets saying, here's how you can add the horse, here's how you can upgrade the gun, here's how you can do this and that. And then I had to kind of put it together. So that's not like, it's not as completely automated, despite the fact that you have agents working together, but then you have some kind of limits on inference, and they're not thinking that they should provide me like a full file. If we compare this to Claude, I'm going to go ahead and do this because I was coding with Claude yesterday and today. Claude will give you the files. It'll say, oh, it's in the context memory. Okay, I see it. Oh, I have to provide to the user. Okay, I'll provide the entire file. Here's a file. You can download it. You can copy all the code. And when I update it, I'll update the main file. So it just edits that main file. And you have like all 750 lines of text able to be viewed inside the app and stuff like that. So yeah, I do. There's the gun and I killed the bandit. So that was cool. And we see that the bullet went away on my what do you call it? My 6-shooter thing. It's really inconsistent. So I've been like clicking away trying to get the gun to shoot. It does have a reload as well. That does work. It'll probably basically play a sound. There's no animation, and then the bullets get back in the chamber on the bottom right. So that's the Wild West game. I think it takes a lot of imagination to see what we're looking at, but at least it's something. So there you go. That's two rounds of updates with Grok 4.2. And I don't know. Yeah, I wonder, like, should I work with it more? Should I give it like 3, 4 rounds, 5 rounds? Like, what's fair and what gives you an accurate representation of like what you should have, right? And I feel like it's kind of hard because they have a lot of imagination in terms of how they describe it to you. They're like, oh, there's your full Wild West town, and you have like realistic looking cactus, right? I mean, they literally told me like, oh, you're gonna see realistic looking cactus, and I'm like, okay, well, there's shadows. I actually added the text. I didn't see the procedural texture. I kind of instructed to do that like last second to just get this presentable of sort. It's starting to look, I mean, I've seen a better shape. Actually, I think the shape was actually kind of better before on the previous version because it had that kind of arm going to the side. Now it's at an angle, so it doesn't look as realistic in my opinion, at least not in mind. Anyway, that's it. I'll cut the video. Thanks for watching. Hope you found that interesting. Bye.